Can you hear me? Oh, shoot. I've been talking to myself this whole time. Oh no! I was seeing the Spotify go up and not my own mic. Oh no! Shucks. Okay. So I guess I'll get back to... Hi, how's everyone going? I've been talking to myself and my cat this whole time. Bootsy says hi. We've changed my setup a little bit. So today we've got the sewing machine again, but I changed it. So last time I had my computer on my chair over here. Today I've made the room on the actual desk to be over there. I'm a mess. Also, happy Halloween! I'm in Halloween costume. I am a Ninja Turtle. I'm Donatello. While Michelangelo is and has always been my favorite Ninja Turtle, I like purple better. So I go as Donatello because I like purple better. What else did I go on about in my silence? I have yellow yarn or yellow thread instead of black in the sewing machine. I have a picture of how I kind of want this apron to lay out, because what we're going to do is we're going to do a little scrappy apron, and I kind of want them to still look like masks, but so we're doing that. And so what I'm doing now is I am pinning good side to good side for some of the like core pieces. I have not ironed these pieces, which I probably should have, but oh well. You know, I'm just gonna say, oh well. C'est la vie. Who has time to prep the crafts for stream? And also, who has time to iron things these days? But these are all going to be COVID masks that I seam ripped apart for the different fabrics, and I'm gonna try to make an apron out of it. I want one side to be very COVID-y masked, and then the other side is going to be a bit more just actually an apron, just in case if it all falls apart. Found it. I'll keep talking. Okay. No. Accept. Minimize. Are we back? Stream is unstable because I lost internet. Ah! We're all falling apart. It's all falling apart. Okay. It says we're live again. I just got the notifications that's telling me we're live again on Discord. So, I think we're live again. 14 minutes. Okay. Timers have restarted. It is what it is. Okay, it's gonna be bottom. Okay, so if I touch these sides, then okay. Hello, are we back? Hello. Yes, we're back. It looks like we're back, but who knows? Looking over here, everything looks like we're back. I can see viewers, so hello, welcome. Today we're sewing. Currently I am just pinning my fabrics together. Oh, what is it? What is it, Bootsy? Oh, you got a big yawn? Bootsy is behind the camera right now, so we'll see if things go back to normal. But we are currently pinning the pieces of our projects together. How I'm trying to pin this is display. Okay, Boots is just behind me now. The little goober. Bootsy, no one can see you. And you're back there. Everyone loves you and they can't see you. Are you just gonna settle down? Goober. Oh, let's see if we can see him on the other camera. Barely. Barely. You can barely see us there. Whatever, you little goober. Alright. I have those started, so I think with that, let's get started with our first couple stitches. Okay. I have done it this way. Just where would my 3-inch marker put me? Okay, right on this first seam, so trying to figure out where this marker is on here. I think I'm just gonna have to go this way. Thank you. Yes, it's very excited doing some sewing. I think what I'll do is I am going to do a 3-inch row and then a 4-inch row. I think it's not inches, but I know it's not inches, but that's what I'm calling them. Okay. Oh, I started the machine. Bootsy's now interested in it. I have my needles on backwards, so gotta make sure I know when to pull them. He is all about crafting and like moving machinery. He could be an engineer in another life. Truly, I tell you. I don't remember where my lifter is. Okay. Oh, and grab my scissors. I think I have to. Well, I'll cut it now, I guess. Now, we'll do the same thing a little bit over. Okay. Whew, got that. Scissors, and we're gonna trim this. Alright, look at this. We got our first seam. Squishy, what do you think? Okay, he's just, yeah. So this is gonna be, and this might be a little bit long now, but maybe as I like trim in more of the edges. But like this is gonna be the top of the apron, so I wanted to kind of like start with my top edges. I could do the edging now quick. You know, just one row of edging. But no, technically that should be done when I sew the two halves together. But yeah. So this is the top. Maybe it's a little wide, but oh well. I need to kind of start assembling pieces before. Okay, you are on pins, sir. Come here. Maybe I think. Ooh, also, these armbands, they're not going to stay on all day. Okay, let's scoot forward. I will say, whenever I hit the table, I do like shake the camera, so that's the one downside of this setup. Bootsy's found a spot he wants to go to, which is the floor. He needed to use me as a landing pad to get to the floor. Let me just do some sharing. Where's that group chat? That's my toes, sir. Doo-doo. Ta-da! Okay, now, unfortunately, because I pinned all my pieces this way, they're all the pins are gonna. Oh, hold on. Oh, my dad sent me something. What did he send me? Oh, that was just an old notification finally going through to my computer. Okay. And this time what I think I'm going to try to do is not lift the foot. I think I'm going to get to the end, do my back and forth, and then turn and come the other way around. Over here. Okay. Where did my pedal go? It's somewhere. I found where my pedal went. Bootsy moved it. Okay. Was this a good spot for it? I think so. Oh. Bootsy's now fascinated with. So let's get this started. Kind of pull my pin before it goes under the foot. We're gonna reverse stitch. Well, it's not necessarily it's running away. It's more so I'm moving. And so I have to reposition the pedal for how I've moved now. So it's not really running away from me. I'm running away from it. Slash, I was more so on top of it when I scooted in more. Honestly, no. What I do here? I goof something up. Okay, I got the 2 threads coming from here. Let's just cut them. And then... Okay, let's rewrap this thread. Hold on. Kind of pulled out a lot of thread. Trying to... I also have a cat moving my pedal around, I think. Also, I don't know how long these armbands are going to stay in my hands today. They kind of like self-remove. Okay, because of my own errors, this will have a longer tail. But that's fine. Guys, don't worry. No one wants to see what I'm doing. You're fine. Bootsy? Don't worry, Bootsy. You're the star, so it doesn't matter. No one wants to see what I'm doing. They just want to see you, so you're all good. Let's see if I can do this for a little bit. No, I need okay. My thread. Totally came out. Gotta rethread this quick. Oh. Second try. Maybe. Got it. What happened here? What I'm gonna do is cut this. Hey. Oh shoot, don't want to cut that one. Just trying to get the other thread out of the way so I can see what it's doing. He's just digging the pedal or the. Okay. This is my next piece. This is gonna be part of the base of the apron. Gonna do the other part of the base. Boots is gonna sit behind me. Sniffing my armpit apparently. Yeah, he is like curious for this machine, man. Like he's just a curious boy. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's just means his nose is where I don't always want it. Whew. gotta put this dude away. Bootsy, he's got white little boots. Bootsy wears white little boots. I saw my first photo of him and I was like, he wears white little boots. He will be called Bootsy. And the rest is history. That's really how I did it. Oh, that's a game. I don't know why this is happening, but I keep disconnecting. My internet keeps going out or something. Okay, let's try this. I don't know why my internet keeps disconnecting. But it has been, which is annoying to say the least. I don't want to be disconnecting internet when I want to be using the internet. But if you didn't hear it earlier, the reason I call him Bootsy is because he's got white little boots that he wears. He wears white little boots. My internet keeps going out. That's why you lost me. I don't know why my internet's doing that, but it's like this is the second time already it's gone out. Alright, here is probably the worst of them, but here is our third piece. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to remember how this pins, but yeah, so Bootsy, come here. Bootsy, come here. You can kind of see him, his white little boots. He's got white little boots. He's such a gentleman, wearing white little boots. Right. Ooh. Are you a gentleman, Bootsy? Do you wear white little boots? Look. Strut your boots. Strut your boots. Okay. Don't strut. You gonna sit behind me again? I think that's best. Yeah, you can sit there. Want to sit in this chair? Sit here. If I turn that chair, will you be mad at it? Let's turn the chair like this. There you go. Then you can lay down. Why don't you lay down? Did you see that? He just dodged my kiss. Oh, so rude. So rude. Ah, my nose. Okay, how's this? That's what I was gonna look. How is this supposed to look? Okay, so I am going to be connecting this piece. Hopefully I didn't mess this up. Did I get lost again? Guess my phone's her. Okay, this piece is going to connect this piece. So let's fold these. No! No! I was afraid I was going to do this at some point. Well, hold on. These were about the same height, so I could attach it here. Oh, I'm figuring out what was wrong. Okay. That's bad. I know, it was so rude. How dare he dog me? Okay, bad to bad. We're gonna pin it so we sew this way. I don't know why, but yeah, my sewing machine is set up so that like these markings is on this side of the machine instead of this side. So it's when I want to get like spacing in my stitches or like whatever measurements these are from my piece, it's I have to have like the body of my project into the machine instead of away from the machine like you would normally, right? Because like normally you'd want to sew it like this and have the bulk of your project and like see your line, but like my lines are over here. So I gotta do it differently. Okay. Also my looper, like my thing that is supposed to help me flip the tubes hasn't arrived yet. Bootsy, what are you doing? You're being chaotic. But yeah, what I really want to get together is like I kind of want to get rows together. Because I've kind of broken this piece into rows and some are thinner than others. So what I'm currently doing is like it's pretty much gonna be a really long, large rectangle. Yeah, I could, but honestly, this is fine. Like, this isn't the end of the world. Like, I can, like, I'm not doing anything too big yet. If I was doing bigger projects, I think I would start doing that, but while it's just these small projects, I think for now it's working, you know? Like, the setup I've got now is functioning. It's functional. You know? Lift. Yeah, you know, that's all you can do in life sometimes, you know? I'm currently making an apron out of masks. I mean, this is an old machine. You know, you make do with what you have. Someone loved it before me. It worked for them until they got a new machine, which, you know, their choice. They're missing out on this machine now. It's mine now. Oh, oh, well, it would help if I was actually sewing something. Okay, is this, why, there's something, like, okay, let me loosen my tension. Cause I've been unthreading on accident. I don't know why. I think this was like, we got this at like an estate sale or something. Okay, let's hope I don't. Okay. Alright, so this is the bottom row. It's upside down, I think. I don't know. I'll iron it, figure out how I want to actually do those things. So, next, we're on to the next row. Okay, let's put together, we got this Hufflepuff, and then this floral scene. So it's this, and this Hufflepuff are going to be next to each other. So Hufflepuff is going to be this side. So let's look at this. Okay, I want this 70 Hufflepuff to be right side up. So, or Hufflepuff 07. So that means thank you. Okay, I'm gonna pin these two and I'm sewing them upside down because I'm sewing on this side. And I have other like base plates. Pussy just like jumped over my laptop, it's fine. This was, yeah. Okay, so let's just to make my life easier, let's make a one edge straight. Cause like these aren't all the same sizes, so what I'm doing then, yeah, have to make sure I'm doing this the right way. So I think what I'll do is I'll like pin a row at a time together. Sew that row, sew all my pieces together in that row, and then do the same for the next row kind of thing. I think that's my plan of attack right now. Okay, one of these, okay. Alright, let's get this row started. over the foot. Okay. Now I got reverse. Why are you doing this? Let's put the balance. What am I stuck on? Okay, this is like. Support whatever mess this was. Let's just do a quick seam rip because we pins. Because we did not get very far in that one. Okay. Let's do some seam rips. Okay, got that out. Just staring intently. Let's. I like how I said I was gonna pin an entire row and then start on the row and then immediately just started on this one instead of pinning the entire row. Oh. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, then go reverse. Go forward. Reverse. Forward again. Alright, now we're lift and cut. This is gotta go back because it's gonna just roll around. Okay, time for our 4-inch in. I'm gonna keep calling it an inch because I'm an American, but I know it's not an inch. I have no idea what this. I measured it too, and it's not an inch. It's gonna be backwards to y'all. This is our next pairing. So put that to the side because up next we've got. I feel like I'm such a mouth breather when sewing. I also have like no water in that. Okay, so we have the light gingham and soccer. Or football. Football. Gotta take this off. Okay. I think it's nearly. Is that light gingham or full yellow? This might be full yellow. No, that's full yellow. What is this? Do we have 2 full yellows in here? Okay. 2 full yellows. Which one is it? I think it's the lighter one. So it's gonna be this one. And then football is at the bottom here. Okay. So how this is gonna be joined is what edges did I make approximately equal? Okay, so I made the bottom edge the same, aligned. So what I want to do is make this bottom edge aligned. Okay. Okay, I got it. The bottom is the top when I'm with the direction that I'm sewing. I know like the pins are supposed to like keep this in place, but like I feel like clamps or like clips. I know there's like sewing clips that I could get, but while I'm still a novice sewer, I am gonna stick with the pins, and then like if I really get into the sewing more, maybe invest up into the clips. You know? Have you ever like practiced that kind of philosophy of like, well, I'm only currently curious in this process, so let me prove to myself that I'll do it before upgrading to the more expensive version. You know? You know that philosophy kind of mindset. Okay. Let's pull, trim, and then we start at the top again. Do our little back and forth game. Okay, let's see if I can add some tension back in too. Because I always think it's good to sew with tension. I think what was happening was the tension, either it's not spooling off very quickly, so it's creating more tension. Okay. So we've got this edge too. Okay, so that means we need to lay flat these two edges. And we'll pin them together. And it's just gonna be a little assembly at a time, you know? How did I get started in sewing? I started sewing with... My aunt taught me how to sew the first time. And then I didn't sew for years, and then I was like, you know, as I started doing this crochet stuff, I was like, well, I should probably, you know, line some of these things I make, kind of like give it a bit of an oomph to it, you know, maybe I start sewing an interior to these bags. So I went to my parents, I got my sewing machine that I had there, and I hadn't touched it in years. And so I picked this back up for the first time in however many years it's been, since I sewed with my aunt. And because when I sewed with her, we made like 2 projects. One was and she was kind of trying to teach me the method I'm doing now, where like you make your little bits at a time to then make your larger project. So I am currently like sewing this like you would sew together pieces of a quilt. But or at least I think I am. So I'm just talking, you know, what's in my mind, what makes sense to me kind of thing right now. But we did like this blank, we went to like Joann's or wherever where they lived, and we got a bunch of yarn, or not yarn, fabric. I could more easily reverse without getting caught. Okay. But we got a bunch of this fabric. And okay, so this is gonna be our next row. And actually, I could start sewing that together. But we got this fabric and we made a blanket out of it, and so it was like this three stripes to make a square, and then you put the squares together to like make the zigzag pattern, but it makes a blanket kind of quilt thing. It's currently at my parents', but we had a bunch of extra fabric from that because I also wanted to make a pillowcase, and because like that's a fun next step, is a pillowcase. That's, you know, squarish still. I don't know what we did or how she let this happen, but we did not make a pillowcase. We made a body pillow. We made this so big. It was just like, okay, we gotta go back to Joann's and just get some stuffing because this is massive. Oh, did I double two row this? I did. Oh, wait, that's fun. Did I two row this? No, I only wrote this. Gotta go back and add our second row. Hold on. Before we can start putting those two together, we gotta finish this. But we made this like this massive pillowcase quilt thing, but we just had fun with it, and that's really what matters. That was what was so great about it. Okay, is it my losing connection? Cool. I didn't mean to do that. I did something, didn't mean to do it, but I think I opened a window I already had opened in a new tab. Did I open any other tabs with that? Okay. Just here. Just get back there. Okay. I wanted to make sure. Because it was like freaking out. And when my computer freaks out, I freak out. But yeah. If she saw me now, she'd probably be slightly disappointed that I didn't iron this first, but I don't feel like ironing these pieces. But she and I do have to get together because we were going to make a t-shirt quilt together. I'm not going to get it all. Holy Jesus. I was all over the place with that row. All over the place. We still got reverse. Okay, that was rough. That was rough. Let's just trim that. Let's see how bad that was. Was it bad enough to have to seam rip? You know what? I can live with this. Honestly. It's livable. No rules, just suggestions. Absolutely. Absolutely, totally. Ugh, sneezes. I've been sneezing all week. And it's not like at home, just at home or anything. It's like everywhere I'm going, I'm sneezing. Okay, so this side is gonna attach to this side. And so let's, because I'm not having flat side, go to flat side, because one flat side is the bottom and the other flat side is, they're both bottom flat sides. So one flat side, so we'll flat side this as best as possible, but okay, where do I have jumps? Okay, so we want, this is going to be our lowest part of the flat sides. Right, so these are gonna have to line up, which is a perfect starting point at the least. And so let's also make these tops line up, and that should, in theory, help us on the way with the rest. So let's pin these edges together. Yes, Boosty, how can I help you? Just gonna chill behind me. Okay. Okay. Then. Yeah, it was. So this was my mom's idea. She basically gave me all these. She gave me all these COVID masks and was just like, make this into a blanket. Or not a blanket. Make this into an apron. That is my belt, sir. Okay. I think what I want to do is I'll keep wanting the flat edge to be the bottom edge, except on my 2 big pieces, meaning my 2 pieces that, like my top piece and my bottom piece, right? I want my top piece to have that flat edge as best as possible. Baby, what are you doing? Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's the first time I'm picking up, you know, my sewing machine in several years. I started with half an apron. I just did straight lines. I was like, you know what? I know this is gonna be complicated. Let me just jump right into it. And so that's where we are now. What are you doing, dude? I think he wishes he could sit on like my front of my lap, but I'm like sitting so close to the desk. I don't think that's like super possible. He's off to have adventure elsewhere. Okay. Next pin. The other option I could do is like make it not straight and like know it's crooked and still sew it like it is straight. That would give it a weird kind of funky look, but honestly I think it would kind of fit, but I think for now I'll just kind of, that's what I kind of did with crochet. I did wooble skits and just jumped all in with those, and now I'm doing that again with sewing. This is gonna kind of be my judge. Okay, okay. I think I've made this quite straight. Adding all these pins. So that's a good sign. But I think what I'll do is oh no, it's the other way. Before I sew these together and lock some of this in, what I want to do is oh no, I knocked off my heating pad too. Jeepers, so cold. Actually, let's just get this leg rest out of here. I don't need my leg rest today. It's kind of just impeding me, in all honesty. Okay. Honestly, hold on. I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna fill up my water bottle. So I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I needed water. I was like, well, I'm pushed out. Let's just get some water while I'm up anyway. To help with the hydration, I also got candy. Gotta balance my healthy life, you know? But yeah, my water bottle is out of water, so I was like, let's just get water in me, since I had scooted out from my little little cove, I guess. Because this chair does not. It has carpet wheels, but it's not like the best. But I think it's also because I'm running over my blankets all the time. But yes, Krabby Patties. Yeah, Krabby Patties and water. Okay. But what I want to do is, before I sew all these together, I don't want to trim too much, but I want to trim a little bit of the excess fabric before I sew it into place. You know, just trim up some of these like frayed edges. Bootsy, that's rude. You don't pick at the chair. And so I think, like, before I like sew these down flat, just kind of, sir, that's rude. They're like so good. They were like a hot commodity candy growing up, and I just never got them. But I only see them like at Halloween time. So I just buy them up during Halloween, because I absolutely love them. Okay. Also, like, I just was raised with the sweet tooth, so yeah, I'm just gonna like trim up these edges just a bit. Especially before I go ahead and sew them down. Yes, sir? How can I help you? What do you need from me, sir? Just gonna very clearly not cutting straight at all. Okay, got one half. Let's do the other half. Yeah, you just gotta stock up. They do have a new brand. It's still Krabby Patties, but they do have like a new bag, and it's like a variety bag. And it has the pretty patties, or it has your classic Krabby Patties. It has the pretty patties, which is like a bunch of just monochrome Krabby Patties that are in like a flavor of that color. So yellow is pineapple because SpongeBob. Orange is orange, red is cherry. Green is either lime or green apple. I don't remember which. Purple is grape. But like they have all these flavors. And then they have sour patties. They're just sour Krabby Patties. I was kind of disappointed they didn't name them the Nasty Patty because that's the only other like flavor of Krabby Patty I can remember from the show was the Nasty Patty. And I will say, like, it's just a Krabby Patty, like the classic Krabby Patty, but with like the what would be in sour gummy worms like powder stuck to it. So like it's still delicious and I love a good, but I think if they called it the Nasty Patty, that would have been hilarious. And so like that would have been good branding too, you know? Like every kind of Krabby Patty from the show is representative kind of thing. I think that would have been a better choice than just calling it the sour Krabby Patty. You know, especially because like some people just really don't like sour things. And so calling the sour one the Nasty Patty, I think that would have been good branding. But I'm not a marketer or anything like that. I know I've had the sour ones on stream before too, so maybe you saw it here. Ah, every time, I don't know why this one fabric is like can never stay below the presser foot. Alright, you don't mind sour, but not extreme sour. There was a candy that was super sour. I enjoy a Warhead, which is, I think, a sourer candy, but it's not. It can be, I think, because Warheads, they're super sour, but they're not super sour for long. If that makes sense. You know, you can get through, and that's absolutely fine. Like, sour candy is not, I understand it is an acquired taste. It's not for everyone. It's for me, but I'm not everyone. And that's why they make non-sour candies out in the world, you know? I have no idea if this is straight at all. Honestly, I'm ending about right. Where are you, Bootsy? Yeah. Oh, a candy I really liked growing up was Zots. Oh, that candy was my jam. I loved Zots. Ooh, I gotta move these scraps. Okay, this is the start of my first 2 rows. I'll have to do, I think, I still have to do my other row, so let's, I guess. Flip the project and go in for my oh shoot. Okay, the light went out, but... Oh, Zots. Zots were a phenomenal candy. Okay. This is what I've got so far. I mean, it's definitely a bit wide. I'll end up trimming a bit. but I can trim the back edge a bit. On over here. But Zots were like this kind of like Warhead vibe, kind of like Pop Rocks, but it was like this liquidy, I don't know, whatever in the core of the Zots. And when you got to it, it would like fizz in your mouth. But it was kind of like a liquid instead of like the hard Pop Rock candy. You know? So it was just this weird sensation. But they were phenomenal. I don't know if you can still get them now or what. But I loved a good Zots. Let's see if I can pull up a picture of Zots. After I finish trimming this. Okay. So what I got so far, so it goes like this. And so this will be like the bottom of the apron. Ooh, penny candy. Ooh. Oh, let me pull up ZOTZ. Zots. Maybe. They'll type ZOTZ. Zots. It's not. Still behind the scenes, but these were Zots. Hold on, I can hear a streak somewhere. But these were Zots, they were delicious. And you had a bunch of different flavors. Has that been playing the whole time? Zots, chef's kiss. And I wouldn't say they were sour. It's a weird sensation in your mouth. That's really all I can describe. It was just a weird sensation. And that's what a Zot was. I don't know if my light bulb went out or if it just overheated and it's cooling off or whatever, but I guess it's fine. No glare, I was trying to cover it before, so. I'm not gonna pay to get replaced. Because why would I do that? Okay. Next. I pick up the plastic that just fell. What do we see in the other cam right now? It's not bad. Not a bad angle. We can, now that the light's burnt out, we can try this angle for a bit. Yeah, thank you. It came with this sewing machine. This was the original sewing machine or sewing table that they sold with this specific sewing machine. And it has this piece and a piece here that fold in to like just fully cover this hole, and then you can recess, you know. You can recess the sewing machine itself. So it like sits on a ledge here. I like it. I give thanks that I was given it. I just wish the sewing machine right off the bat had worked. Okay, let me find my photo again. Okay. The next row is gonna get a bit tricky. So I get to decide how I want to do this. So it's an odd number of patches because I'm starting to introduce these partial pieces. Oh, here comes Bootsy. So we're gonna use the jelly bean, the dots, and those two go together. So how do I want to do this? Do I want to? How did I line these up the first time? Like this? Oh, I might have done this. I think I did this. So you can see what I'm doing. Just made two straight edges. Okay, and then we've got a floral pattern here. And this is gonna be attached. This floral is going to attach to the jelly bean and to the yellow gingham. Just gonna lay like this. And then we've got another mask, partial mask piece. Look. You wanna sit here? Yeah, maybe. But then this mask piece is going to go here. And I'm trying to remember how I was assembling these mask pieces. Okay, so this one did like this. This is where it starts to get tricky. Okay, because some of them I did like this and this, but I get more height if I go like this instead. But because this isn't, well, I'm gonna trim the edges anyway, so if I do it like this and this, I'll have an easier time sewing these two pieces together. And then you don't understand my lap anymore. I didn't want you to sit on my lap either. Wait, come back. Wait, come back. Hey, wait. Where's my foot? Okay, so what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sew these two together, and then also these two together, and then also these three together. Yeah. Or I can do my two edge pieces first, and then manage to attach the middle piece. Also, I don't know why, there's just a lot of yellow masks, so that's part of the reason. I have so much yellow fabric here. That's also part of the reason why I chose to use yellow thread. I was like, well, I know I have an excessive amount of yellow fabric, you know? I think white, there's gonna be enough dark spots where white might stand out, but I think yellow throughout's just overall gonna be fine. You know, it's not perfect, but it's fine. Let's put the phone to the side. Let's make sure we're not twisted anywhere. Line up along the 3. And let's do some sewing. Got it. I caught it and then I lost it, man. Okay. Got some stitches forward. More. Oh, this got off. What happened? Got needles in my mouth. Did you make that scissors needle point? There, yeah, it's a lot of, what do you mean make it needle point? Sorry, I don't understand the question. Okay, and then let's put my crochet, put that crochet hook back. Sorry, you want to clarify what you mean by that? Because I'm not familiar what you mean by needlepoint. Also, I feel bad. We have not been streaming early enough to like see Gizmo. Just shifted stream times and now we don't see Gizmo anymore. Oh, the pink and white scissors. Oh, the cross stitch. So this is cross stitch. And I did not do it, but I think my grandma did, or someone that used to live at one of the properties my mom managed when she was still working in affordable housing. I've had it for years, or slash whenever they passed. So it was either my okay, bye Bootsy. So either my grandma or it was, yeah, it's got this hard, like the little plastic that you can do cross stitch. It was a plastic cross stitch, little casing that you could do cross stitch on. And then I believe either she cut out the shape to hold scissors or it came like that. But I know you could get like large sheets of like this plastic gridding, and then you could then cut it to the shape that you wanted and make a casing for whatever you need. I don't think yeah, I like it. It's functional. The scissors still are really nice. But I also have these scissors just because those are so big and hard to like carry around with me. I got smaller scissors that were just easier to carry for on the go, just because I crocheted on the go so much that it was more practical to have these smaller on the go kind of scissors. Also, while I love the casing, it's loose enough that it did not guarantee that the scissors can fall out very easily, you know, whereas, where is it? The casing for these scissors, like, it's just a bit more secure, you know. It's the one benefit of being made out of plastic, you know. Don't love that I have to have something made out of plastic, but in practicality, it's just easier. Okay. What edge do I want to try to align? Honestly, it would probably be easier to try to align these top edges because there's not really a bottom edge on these. Yeah, a lot of the stuff I have has some kind of story behind it. you know, which is always sweet and sentimental. You know, I love it. What are you doing, Bootsy? Bootsy! What are you doing? I know you're in that corner. What you doing in that corner? There's nothing but a yoga mat there. What you doing? I might have to get up and check out what shenanigans he's getting up to. Doing some stretches. I think he's trying to get into the closet, really. But he might be trying to work out. I don't know. I'll never say what he can and can't do except when I say that what he can and can't do. I guess I'll never tell him what he's capable of. I will tell him what he can and can't do in my household. You know, he may be capable of working. He does walk on... What are you doing? He's just staring at the floor. But well, let's see if we can. Oh, I tried to shift it and he moved immediately.
Maybe he's being camera shy right now. He realized how much standing in the camera meant.
I know he's starting to realize what it means to have the spotlight on him.
He's just getting a little shy, man. Was he getting a little shy? No? You're back to your attention self. Woo! Okay.
Now we'll do our second row. Get your... I don't love it. Do you want me to move the stuff that's there, Bootsy? No? Looks for you. Here, let's see what I have. Oh, it might be dead. Haven't charged it in a hot minute. Do I have a charger here? Yes, I do. Okay. Let's charge the neck lamp. See what comes out of using it. cat that walks outside and follows you and actually sticks with you? Shocking! Alright, this is what we got so far. Next we got where'd it go? Oh, it's in my lap! I think the jelly bean goes to here. So let's just double check. Double check if it was jelly beans. Okay, yes. Jelly beans, the flowers. More candy. Because why not? It's delicious. The burger first. Okay. Ooh. I can feel my back starting to get tight though. Yeah, jelly beans, calorie free. Did you ever hear the story about the girl who had to go to the hospital? Because her diet was like all out of whack. And like she kept going to her doctor. She was like, I keep gaining weight. You know, what's going on? She's doing all these diets. And then one day while she was at the doctor, or she might have been seeing a dietitian or something like that. But one day while she was at the doctor, she pulled out like a Tic Tac jar. Just a jar of Tic Tacs. She pulled it out and doctor looks at her and is like, what's that? And she's like, oh, it's a Tic Tac. And he's like, I thought you said you didn't eat sugar or, you know, calories. She's like, yeah, but these are 0 calories. And he's like, how many of those do you eat a day? Oh, I'll go through, you know, because I don't think it was like a Tic Tac jar. I think she had like a Tic Tac jar. And she's like, oh, I'll go through like 1 or 2 of these a week. And the doctor's like, ma'am, that's why you're not losing weight. Wait. And she was like, what do you mean? These are 0 calorie. There's no sugar. Or 0 calorie. And he's just like, no, there is. It's just like not in the range that's readable. But when you eat a whole thing, you're getting all those calories and all those sugars. And she was like, what? So, jokes, but could be people's real life. Okay. These to the side. Like, I mean, eventually she took it out, those hour diets, and she got better, but still, it was like, I mean, it had been quite some time where they're just not sure what was going on. But because there was 0 calories, she didn't think she needed to talk to her about it, and she did. I mean, they were lucky they were able to, like, eventually figure out what had been going on. Because she was starting to experience some severe health concerns over all this, but because she hadn't thought she needed to tell her doctor about this, you know, she just never did. I don't need to refill the bobbin yet. It's just like the wildness that like misconceptions can cause, you know? Alright, we got another row done. Let's trim off our... Did I not? I don't think I did my second row in this. Hold on. Before I turn this off, I gotta do my second row in this. Let's do a quick check. Do I have 2 rows on everything? Okay. All my seams are double rowed, even if somewhat funky. I'll now trim off the excess. Bootsy's just like eyes closed, unconscious. See. Yeah.
Look at my baby boy. You got a little booty cam going. Precious little boy.
love that we've gone back to the true purpose of this second camera, which is just Bootsy cam while he's on the ironing board. Just loafing, man. He's just loafing about. I mean, what else is a loaf supposed to do other than loaf about? He's doing exactly what he's supposed to do. He's quite good at his job. Absolutely. He is. I like how you can see the computer. Just behind the scenes. What I'm looking at. Oh, I trim these scraps. Can look at Bootsy. Alright. I'll switch back. Alright, up next we've got to attach the two rows. So this row is going to lay like this. These rows like this. Yeah, that's what I figured might happen. Good God. Offset it a little bit. And otherwise, we could almost get away with adding an entire extra mask to the edge here. Then I'd want to undo this one and do what we did on this side. Like this is a large sum of space lost, I guess. You know? Put this little overlap on it. Okay. Let's do a quick. Actually, how about this? How about I assemble the rest of the rows and just make my strips for now. My next row, and then I'll see what my scraps are, what scraps I might have to pull from others. I gotta pull any solids, so I need red gingham, red and blue gingham. Do I use this one? Oh, this is gonna be way up. That's these two actually will be used in the same row next. Will be the next row. Instead. going together. There's my jelly beans. Got one row piled. Then this row pile. Am I missing ones? 'Cause this comes next. And then I have my yellow. It might cook out, but oh, sorry, I was looking at some yellow. These flowers. No, I'm missing one. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Okay. I've got this one, and then I've got this one next. Got this one. I've got this one. Already done the top. Okay. Okay. So what is the best way to assemble this one? I think we're just gonna do these two edges together. Is there... Which way do I want to be the top? Okay, the lemon and lemonade will be right side up this way. But just the hot dog will be right side up. Okay. Okay, this is gonna be bottom. And so let's line up our... Okay. Go line up and pin the bottom of these two. Stab myself. It's bound to happen. Hold on. Ooh, hold on. Let's... I think because we're gonna have an entire... Honestly, okay. I'm gonna break my earlier decision. Go line up this one to the top because they're different lengths, and I'm fine cutting off more of the bottom of this pattern because I like the top decorations more. The like decorations that's on the top a bit more. Especially like the lemonade. So, going back on my earlier decision, I'll at least align this patch with the top and then the rest with the bottom. And so it's just going to be this one side that's connected to the bottom, but I, like previous, we'll just turn that off.
here we go.
Reverse a little bit. Oh, almost ran over my needle. Ah. Alright. Did I goof and make neither side aligned? Oh, I gotta seam rip this. Ah, shucks. I made neither side aligned, so that would make this just all around shorter, and that's gonna be a lot of like loss of fabric, so I'm gonna seam rip these. Tired of that. Let's actually align my edges this time. Again, this would have probably been easier if I had ironed it, but let's do a check. Okay, perfect. Let's do my 4 line. This one might be. Yeah, I can live with that. But yes. Whoop, whoop. Alright, what's next? Bootsy stares at me judgingly. Okay. So these two have been joined. So now let's do these two. How do I want to join these? Cushion away. inch in there. So let's okay. I haven't gone down. I'm just frozen on my computer right now. Checking behind me. Yeah. Okay. I had a panic. I looked frozen. Nope. I just timed out on my connection. Maybe I did drop internet. Okay. Retry. Accept. So what just went down now was my stream to my laptop. So I have to turn this way to see anything, but I didn't fully drop. It looks like we're still at like a 2-hour mark on Twitch stream, so it's been about 2 hours, almost 2 hours, since my last internet crash, which was, we love the internet crashing here, guys. It's the best. It's the best thing ever. Okay. Yeah, but I don't think it was a full internet crash. I think it was just a little lag while the one computer disconnected from the other. Ooh. Go breaking needles. Let's do our second row. Just while we're in the groove, and then we'll assemble the two sides. Ha! Thought I had it. I did not. Yeah, I think so. I think there's still, there's always gonna be some mishaps and like adjustments, but I feel comfortable with my sewing machine. I'm doing pretty basic things though, just straight lines and reverses. So I'm not sewing like buttonholes or zigzags. I'd wanna use some scrap fabric and practice that again before I try anything, just because it is kind of confusing. I gotta use so this part opens, and I would put one of these discs in. I can kind of show you them. Sorry, Betsy. So I got some discs. A little greasy, but so these are some of the discs. Fine camera focus. There we go. I could sew some ducks there's one for zigzags. Oh, zigzags might be actually in because they did zigzags. It would be funny when they're testing things. It would have been funny if I left the duck in instead. I think at least that would have been a bit funny. But yeah, I definitely feel like I'm more comfortable with it. I know I'm still not perfect, you know. I'm not expecting myself to be. The patterns are not terrible to do the little patterns. They're not terrible. I think the ducks you might have to like do some reversing and like know how to better line up that. Maybe it can do it by itself, but I don't know. What am I connecting to what? I think it's flowers to yellow. Flowers to yellow. Okay. So I'm gonna line up the bottom of flowers to yellow. And then we'll just have a little bit of excess of mustard ketchup. And I think for now, like I said, I'm gonna stop assembling the rows until I figure out if I need to insert some excess fabric anywhere. Yeah, I'll probably do something, and then every single time I want to figure something out, I'll have to look at the instruction manual again, cause I have to like change the stitch control and the needle position and stuff. So I have to like read the manual every single time I wanna figure something out like that. I don't think it's gonna be terrible. You know, I think I'll be able to get a hang of it. It's also gonna depend on how frequently I decide to do it, because honestly I'm pretty content with doing straight lines. You know, they're functional, they're easy. So why not just do straight lines? Should I go somewhere? Ooh, bottom. Does that break anything? I don't think so. I think it's still fine. Just the bottom loop, kind of debacle. Okay. I think this might be the last row I do for tonight. It's gonna lay like this. It's really big for some reason. I don't know why I added this small piece. Is it like this piece? Because my bottom rows were full. Four full. I wonder if things were just sitting smaller. Or I think it, oh, I might have, I think I know what I originally planned. I think I planned on only showing like half of this yellow. Oh well. But, because I mean, compared to last row, which is this one, like, it's quite a bit longer. I mean, even compared to probably these rows. It's longer. Honestly, let me side do I want to seam rip on? Let me just seam rip over here and let's seam rip what I just did. And show a little bit of this yellow. I think the reason I had done this is because it's going to be a very yellow heavy apron. And so don't really need, like I need the fabric squares, like fill voids, but like, this is just a single yellow thing, so I can afford to kind of lose some of it per se. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, I'm gonna redo this and then I'll think I'll call it quits for the night. Bootsy's already doing such. While I seam rip, let's go back to Bootsy Pan. The fan's a bit in the way, but I don't want to move it because I think it would scare him. Just glaring at the camera. I got some audiobooks that are due that I gotta finish listening to too. Ugh, I don't wanna have to wait for them to finish them again. Okay. just a sweepy boy. That's what sweepy boys do. They just sweep. They close their eyes and go off to dreamland forever and ever until all their dreams come true. Almost sewed. Good side, bad side. Oops. We got the dryer cleaners coming tomorrow, so he gets to be trapped in the bathroom. So unfair. But like typically when like maintenance or something comes, I would like keep him shut in the bedroom bathroom area, but they're gonna be in the bedroom closet also. Let me switch. Let's move the camera back. tuned. Okay. Yeah, that's a bit more probably what I was thinking of. It's not the straightest, but I'm not straight. Who cares? The audacity of my mom to think I'd make something straight. It's all a part of the experience. Trim all our edges. Probably could use this yellow somewhere in another section. Ooh. Got a lot of fluff with that. So this is like large enough where I could use it later in a section that might be short and need some. There we go. Got this all trimmed up. We'll start assembling more. You know, we've got this little bit, our little bottom section, which then we'll have this bit on top of it. Let's see if I can get this show on. Let's do this camera. Okay. So we've got back. We've got this. Then we'll have this on top of it somehow. I think what I might do is add that like yellow square here. Then we got this on top of there. Yeah, I think it'll be really fun, really nice. And so this is gonna be, it's gonna be a bit more chaotic on one side and a bit more neutral on the other, I guess. That's one way to put it. I think what I might have to do is like just trim that side and then like, I don't know. I'll figure it out. That's a future me. And then this is the tippy top with the anchors. So it'll kind of be like this. Roll out to the end. I might already be making it too big. Oh well. So with that, I'm gonna call it a night. Gather up some of these scraps and throw it away. But I'm gonna call it a night. Head to Betty Buys. But before I depart you, we have to find a channel to raid. So let's go to channel raid. I'm gonna pop this out. Alright. Raid browser. Ooh, we've got some pumpkin carving. That's very on theme for what we've got. That's what I'm seeing. Those both look pretty fun. Let's go to the one that seems kind of early in theirs. Hold on. What else do we got? Ooh, this one's making some ornaments. I know it's. I don't know if it's like it's Frog and Toad. They're doing some Frog and Toad, the classic children's novel. Where'd they go? Oh, I lost them. They're there. All right, let's. Where are you? And with that, I'll say goodnight. I enjoyed spending time with all y'all, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Oh, we do again this. And so with that, I'm gonna go back to my extra window. Right now. And so for the YouTube audience then, I'll say good night. Thanks for joining me. And I'll send you off. Bye.